Oh, thank goodness that's all over with. As Father Marcus and those closest to me always tell me, Jim, never, never, never ever apologize for anything. And so on to VE Day. But if you think about it, things were happening really fast then. The war had been going on a long time. And then they had D-Day. And 8 months later, they had B-Day. But in between that time, or 8 long months after D-Day, they had the ending of bombing in Britain. The last aerial bombing raid was in the end of January. The last V-1, V-2 rockets fell at the end of March. By the middle of April, the Russians had started an assault on Berlin. On the end of April, Hitler commits suicide. And then the Russians have victory in Berlin on the 2nd. And it just goes on and on like that, and it's dominoes, and it's dominoes. And then 3 months after that, you have what's going on in the Far East. But for them at that time, it was a time of death. The day before, there was an announcement on the radio that the war was over. And Churchill immediately started thinking, well, okay, let's have a party. We'll have a party. So it's rumored that first thing he did was he checked to make sure that Britain had enough beer on hand to have a good time. He was a man of celebration. A time of celebration in very, very bleak days. And if you can imagine, and some of you know, what life was like afterwards, how long it took to rebuild, how long it took to rebuild lives, how long it took to rebuild nations. And we're getting a little glimpse, I would say a little glimpse. What we're going through now is absolutely nothing like what was going on 75 years ago. But we have an appreciation for how things can happen so quickly. And also once you have an appreciation of going out and finding cause for celebration. You get to